The family tree of childless adults. These are the family tree of childless adults, and you may think that it is strange for childless adults to even have family trees of their own because they don't have children, but they do. Now the first childless adult is called Maria and her family tree is a humbling one. Maria loved knitting and so her first line of her family tree is knitting. Then as she got older she was proficient enough in knitting to repair clothes. So the second line that comes from knitting is repairing clothes. Then as Maria got older she started making her own clothes, and so her family tree spreaded to become making her own clothes. Then as Maria left university she opened her shop selling her own clothes and even online. She even did tailoring of other people's clothes. She is also a fashion designer. So Maria, who is a childless adult, her family tree spreads to being a fashion designer who owns her shop, and sells her own stuff. Her business and profession are her children. Then another family tree of a childless adult is Mike. Mike loved drawing as a child and so the first line in his family tree is drawing. Then as he grew older he started drawing amazing paintings and comics, through use of computer. So the second line in his family tree is eventually doing professional artwork through use of technology. Then Mike got into animation and comics as he could draw. So the third line in his family tree is doing animation and comics. Now as an adult he makes his own animation and comics online as a living. Mike's children in his family tree are his drawings and animation. See, do you believe me now that childless adults can have family trees? Instead of children being part of the trees, for childless adults it will be their hobbies and professions. A third childless adult is called George and George enjoyed torturing animals. So the first line in his family tree is killing animals. Then as George got older he got into stitching up his dead animals and stuff them up with stuff. So the second line of his family tree is stitching and stuffing dead animals. So the third line of George's of family tree, everyone had thought that it was going to be a surgeon or taxidermy. George's parents weren't worried as they thought that their son will be able to make money out of his skills. Instead the third line of George's family tree is serial killer. What a disappointment.